Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley Showcase. Actually, half showcase and half preview. Just finished filming the next mix of Hot Wheels Team Transport, and when Mattel sent over the last 3 Team Transports with this fantastic Chevy and other sets that you saw in the background, they also sent this, the next Team Transport set that will be a Legends exclusive, I'm assuming through Walmart and whatnot. I could be wrong on this. I'm not entirely sure of its availability and when it's going to be available, but they've made it. It will be available, maybe through Mattel Creations, whatever. Don't know exactly what, when, and where, but if you're watching Mattel Hot Wheels account, obviously they will announce when it's going to be ready. But we're going to open it up, showcase it today. It's one of the Legends exclusives. The other is this, the Honda S2000, which has already been made available. In fact, I bought this one when the first Legends show happened, and I'm going to open this up as well. So let's talk about this one first, and then we'll get to the Team Transport. Honda S2000 is the model. It might look familiar. Here is the back. A bunch of information on Legends and everything else. There's like the e-sheet images as well. Now the cool, like, kind of unannounced theme with these cars is that they are essentially recolored and somewhat redone super treasure hunts from the past, popular super treasure hunts from the past. In fact, if you look, I've got the last, this is the 5th version. So this was the first one. It was, remember, it was such a mystery for so long when Hot Wheels did, when this kind of, I think it leaked and people were wondering what this green Datsun 510 wagon was all about because it looks so much like the original super treasure hunt. So we had this green version that looked almost exactly outside of the TH. There was no TH there, and there might have been a couple of licensing differences. Some of the brands that were on this Super Treasure Hunt were not on the second version. So we had this first version based on the very iconic Datsun 510 wagon Super Treasure Hunt. The next year they released this gold 55 Bel Air gasser. Like, you can see where this is going. Iconic castings. This gold Isky Racing Cam not Super Treasure Hunt, but exclusive for Legends. And if you look at the deco on this one, it was very similar to the original Super Treasure Hunt. I couldn't even tell you what year it was. This one had the TH on it and the Isky Racing Cams and everything else. In blue, I think the wheels, yeah, the wheels are exactly the same, everything else. So this one was, let's put that one there. There was that match. The next year we had this rose pink Chevy Silverado. Lowered, this one got a metal chassis, which was a surprise. And it was similar to this Super Treasure Hunt. Notice the TH is gone on that one. So, I mean, we're talking about the go-tos for Super Treasure Hunts, you know, like for models, right? So we had the Datsun 510 wagon, 55 Bel Air, then the Chevy Silverado, and then last year they gave us a little bit of surprise with this purple R32 Skyline. This is an older casting. Now, this one had a little bit more difference, and I think it just was a matter of the production, right? This was the first one in gold from years and years ago. It had those terrible rail riders on it, and it had a little bit more of a complete version on the back, right? And this purple version wasn't as complete, but it got better wheels, that is for sure, plus this purple livery. So essentially the same as that. And now, let's put that like that. There's some thunder. I may have to cut this short in a minute. Now we have this one based on this one, the S2000 Super Treasure. This is one of the best Super Treasure Hunts Hot Wheels ever did. The reason I say that is because it went to Spectre Flame Blue like all Super Treasure Hunts, but the upgrade from the regular version, all the additional deco, the VUM like chrome chassis that it got compared to the regular, this was an amazing Super Treasure Hunt, and now we have this purple version to match. So I'm going to put that Super Treasure Hunt to the side, and let's go ahead and open this one up. Nice thick cardboard. I'm going to probably buy another one of these so I can have it carded. I think I have all of the others carded. I think I do. I may not, but... All right, let's do more of the comparison right now so we can take a look. It's essentially the same. Where's the TH on the TH is above the number 12 there, so they've replaced the TH with the Hot Wheels logo. Top, essentially the same, maybe slightly more detailed, like the matte black is broken up a little bit more to align with the lines of the casting, so that's an improvement. Back, essentially the same. But yeah, this one looks really, really cool and a perfect choice. This Super Treasure Hunt was very, very popular at the time. It's one of the great stories where a guy was replacing one that was he found in the like Barbie section. I was looking for this Super Treasure Hunt, and he happened to just put it right on the pegs, the employee, right as I was there, and of course I snagged it. But this one in purple is truly cool. So that made me think, right? With now that we've gotten these 5 iconic like Super Treasure Hunt redos in a sense, what would be next? Now, the one I didn't think about that I probably should have brought out was the R34. It's the R34 casting is super popular, but it's not the most like the Super Treasure Hunt itself is not as recognizable as maybe some other R34 releases. So I thought of 3. I thought of one kind of underdog, and then 2 that I think would be logical. So the first one that I think is an obvious choice, if you're going with iconic castings, the 67 Camaro is obviously an iconic casting, and this Summit Super Treasure Hunt was very, very popular. It's been quite a few years, but it was very, very popular back in the day, and I think that one would be an obvious choice to add in a Summit livery in a different color, black, silver, white, I don't know, something cool, maybe red. That would be a very, very cool one. The underdog, I'm going to show last the one I think would go. The underdog is this one. This is one of the best looking Supers, I think, and a very underrated casting. This is more of my choice. But this Champion Deco on this Camaro, the 70 Camaro, they call it the Camaro Race, I think. Racing, I don't know. What do they call it? I think they just call it 70 Camaro on the base. But, boy, lots of noises right now. But I always thought this one was really cool, and they could do a black version. Actually, that was actually a recolor. They could do a lot of things with this one and make it look super, super cool. And it's a casting that I think deserves some extra love, in my opinion. So that's one that I think that would be my choice. But here's the one I think, and I think if you guys think about it, if it's not the R34, and you're talking about iconic castings and very, very popular, sought-after Super Treasure Hunts, right? Has to be the Cool Combi. Cool Combi's the obvious choice here, right? Super popular Super Treasure Hunt, super cool looking Super Treasure Hunt with the wood paneling here, surf shop deco, Steelies, the chrome Steelies. It's such a cool Super Treasure Hunt on a very, very popular casting. If I have to predict, this is the next one. But that's what I thought it was going to be last year, and it ended up being the S2000. So who knows? But those are the ones that I think. Now, I'm going to fight this rain a little bit, so I'm going to shut it down. If it's too long, then I'm just going to post this video, and I'll post the opening of this Team Transport set after that, because I have a bunch of cars to back that up as well. You guys tell me what you think. What's the Super Treasure Hunt that they're going to do next? I don't know. We'll move on to part 2 after this, if I have to fight this rain. So, in case, bye.